This is my 2016 Ducati Multistrada, and as we can see, these are knackered. So I'm going to replace the chain and the sprocket. Before I take these bolts off and this off, I'm going to take this cowling off, and for that I'm going to take the wheel off. You don't necessarily need to take the wheel off, but it just makes it a bit easier getting to the bolts that house this for the adjuster, because this moves forward and back. In order to take this off, and indeed the other side, you need a 55mm socket. So whenever you take the wheel off, you need to take the exhaust off. So there are 3 bolts holding on the exhaust. You've got one here, one under the cowling there, and then one just on top around the back there. So while this is loose, it's also good to note that this valve here sometimes gets stuck. What it means is that it either stay open or closed, which will cause more heat in the cat here, and normally will result in an engine management code on the ECU. So you'll see a light come up. Whenever you've got this off, it's always good to give this a clean it off, GT85 it, ACF50 it, whatever you need to do, just to make sure it's not going to keep sticking or corroding. So as I mentioned before, taking the wheel off means that we've got better access to these bolts to take this cowling off here. There's one bolt just in there which is a real pain with the wheel on. You can do it, it's just I need to clean the rest of this off anyway, so I thought I'd take the whole wheel off. But yeah, it's just there, which is a real pain to get this off, which allows you then to do the chain adjustment. Okay, so now you can see the wheel is off. Here we have the 2 bolts that hold the hub in place, which then is how you adjust the chain. So see this bit here? You've got a chain adjustment tool under the seat. You apply it to this, which then moves it back or pushes it forward to loosen or tighten the chain. So I've dremeled the chain off to make it easier, as I couldn't get the hub to move forward because the tool to use that hub is useless. But I'm just going to take this off, loosen this, take these off, and then get these out in a vise. Once you take the sprocket off the hub, you've then got to take the sprocket cover off the sprocket itself. Now, to get these off, they're 2-sided. So this side is a T60 star nut, and then for this side it is a 14mm socket. So you can now undo these. They'll be very tight. They've got Loctite against them. Next, you want to push these out of their space. They'll be a little bit tight, obviously, and then you should end up with something along those lines and holes on there. So you want to do the remaining 5 and then put them into the new sprocket. So once all these are out of the spot, then you've got no need for this. I mean, looking at this, it's not too bad. It's done 17,000 miles now, but because the chain's knackered, I thought I might as well change the same out. So I've got a new one here. So what I'll do now is I'll put all of these back in their space and then reassemble. What I'm going to do is give these a clean around the outside and make it fit a lot more flush, and exactly the same with the hub just there. So you want to give that a clean around the outside so it fits nice and snug into the new sprocket. So this is the housing for the front sprocket of screws. So there's one down there, one up there, and I think there's one down here. So I just need to move these wires very carefully out of the way so we can get to the first and second bolt.
It used to be Latoya and Jim hacks, but now it's Uzi's Max and G packs of cracks. Everybody cycle or some type of fellow, but me, I keep it real. That's all swan like Jello. Don't drink crystal, and I can't stand more. Never receive currency for moving a kilo.
So here we've got the front sprocket. I had a bit of difficulty getting this off just because I'd already cut the chain off. But there's a really good video. It's a Del Boy's Garage, I think his name is, and I'll leave a link in the description of how to get one of these off without having to reattach a chain. So bent back the safety washer here, and then basically just unscrew this, pop this off. Yeah, it's quite tight. It's 187 Newton meters of torque, I think. So you just need to get a breaker bar on it, or follow the link in the description about how to do it an easier way.
Around the country, the nitty-gritty is all reality, no question, actual fact, like tight jeans, cause these infections, and sisters with good minds get no respect when the ass is all hanging out, playing the bar section of the club. Shake what your mama gave you, back to the lab, I drop the truth, cause rhyming is more than just my craft, for a way to get ass or bash, cast or blasted. Black women, make sure you're respected, baby.
Once the chain's on, I can talk front and back up.
Playing yourself, everything all exposed, you're playing yourself with those skin tight jeans, baby, you're playing yourself with those hook the type wears, hun, you're playing yourself, you're playing yourself, you're playing yourself. Now, I don't bust a tech, bubble drugs in the projects, or use mics to sell sex, niggas. Nowadays it's all about this, so much yin yang.